Hello everyone. Today I've decided to showcase a different kind of video. So I actually work as a software engineer at Kodia, and we're releasing a great new product called Windsurf. It's an AI-powered IDE that I'm going to use today to build something, and we'll start seeing just how powerful a product this really is. So let's dive right into it. So one thing that's kind of annoyed me over time is that it's very difficult to search up Korean Maplestory content without knowing Korean, since especially if you just try to Google translate some terms, you won't get the right ways that people pronounce classes or bosses or whatever. And in general, it's very difficult without actually knowing the language. So let's try to build something to make this process easier. So right now I'm in a blank workspace. I can trigger Cascade with Control plus L, and this will bring up the main way that we'll be interfacing with the product today. So this works just like a chat, but you can sort of type pretty vague instructions and it'll sort of understand and try to build code for you. So let's say we can use this prompt, for example. So let's say build me a web app that allows for building Korean YouTube search queries for boss fights in Maplestory. Use these translations. So thankfully we have some community compiled documents that sort of detail a bunch of translations. So we have this great document that someone has posted to Reddit before, and right here they have information about all the classes, and then below there's all the bosses. So let's just try something very vague, where we just copy and paste literally all of it and dump it in the prompt. So we can try this, and then let's put it here. So it sees my instructions, and now it's starting to build the project. So we'll see that it's trying to create these files, and soon we'll start seeing them populate over here in my workspace once it's done creating the files. Okay, so now it's created the file, so we can, for example, open it up here, and we see that it's this rather long HTML file. I will be honest, what I work on is not front-end work. I actually don't know any HTML or JavaScript. So I actually have no idea what this code is doing. And so now it's creating a JavaScript file, which will I assume, let's see what's in here. Okay, so this is just a mapping of all the classes, the translations. And then let's see, then it's creating an app.js, which I guess this will handle the logic on how the code actually works. And then so we see here, this is some JavaScript about how the actual website will work. So then it's telling me to open the index.html file in my browser. So we have it here. So let's just open it in Chrome. And then here we have the site, and it seems reasonably functional. Like we can click on Hero, I don't know, Lucid, and let's do hard mode. And let's do solo. So then we get this query, and then we can search it on YouTube. And hey, it looks like this kind of works. It's actually pulling Hero videos. So, but let's say this experience seems a little awkward, where it's using it's using the long form of the names of the classes instead of the short form, which that won't really work as well. So let's try to prompt it by saying let's say actually let's accept these changes first. So when there are multiple names for a class or a boss, use the shorter name instead. So let's try prompting it this way. So now it's editing the file to update it accordingly. Okay, so then we can see that there's the file has been updated. So now it's using the short names of the classes. And it's actually directly telling me the changes. That's kind of nice. So then let's accept these changes. They look good. And let's refresh the page so we can get the new version. So now we see all the classes are using the short names. Like Angelica Buster used to be 5 characters. Let's I don't know. Let's look for Chaos Gloom. All right. And then it looks like it seems to be working. It's pulling the correct videos. Okay. But then this, it's a little weird that we have to actually use this generate query button. So let's make it use a let's say make the query generated dynamically as the user changes the fields, so they don't need to press the generate query button. So then now it's editing it again, so to sort of update the logic on how the website works. Okay, so now it's updating the HTML file to reflect the JavaScript changes. Okay, so I'm just gonna accept it because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know any JavaScript or HTML, so there's no point in me reading this. So then let's refresh the page. So now we see that there's the generate query button is gone, but like we have this thing here, and then like if we change it to like Bishop and then like Darknell, hard Darknell, and it's sort of changing dynamically. So then we can like search this and we get some Bishop hard Darknell solos. So it's working pretty good. And then overall, this site seems pretty functional. It has basically all the capabilities we want. But then let's actually, so let's make it that, so right now it's a little ugly that it's like displaying two options for solo. So then, so for the solo button, make it only display the translation it uses. Okay, so now it's editing it so that it'll hopefully only display one of them. Okay, so now let's refresh the page. Oh, so it's actually made a mistake where it deleted the solo part. So it says, let's actually reprompt it to fix it. It says, don't remove the solo text, include it with the Korean text. So sometimes these models are not 100% accurate. Sometimes they mess up some small stuff like that. And then, but it's the nice thing is that it'll sort of respond to reprompting and fix it accordingly. So let's refresh the page, and great. Now it's working like we wanted to. Okay, but then let's try one last thing. Let's do a very vague instruction of just make the site look nicer. Okay, so it's probably going to do some pretty big changes to make it look a lot nicer. So let's see how it'll surprise us with what the site will end up looking like. So this one will probably take a bit longer because we'll just have to wait for it to sort of, I don't know, redo the whole style of the website, I guess. Okay, so that's actually that's a lot of lines of code changed. Okay, so all right, let's look at what the website looks like now. Wow, it looks quite a bit nicer, I guess. And then so let's do this thing actually pretty timely where like recently there was some Chaos Kalos solos in KMS, and so in particular one of them was Adele. So let's try looking it up. So Adele Chaos Kalos solo. So let's search it on YouTube, and aha, we actually get the video of them soloing. So that's pretty cool. And then, but then let's actually do one thing where, so right now the boss, as you can see, there is no limbo. It's only up to calling, and that's because that the translations we provide to it only went up to calling. So let's actually do something interesting where we ask it to add a new boss. So I already have the limbo page pulled up just so I can get the Korean translation. So then we can say add a new boss limbo with translation, whatever those characters say. And then, so that's updating it. So this should be a pretty small change, just adding like, I don't know, some very brief characters. So we see it here in the file now, and then we refresh our page, and aha, we see Limbo here now. That's pretty cool. I don't know, did any heroes even clear high Limbo? Aha, a couple did, it looks like, and there's some videos. All right, so that's overall the experience of Windsurf. So as you saw, I didn't write a single line of code. I didn't even read any of the code because I don't know any front-end code. And yet it built this whole app for me, and it's actually very useful because I can literally just search whatever KMS videos I want now with ease. So yeah, this is Windsurf in a nutshell. It's an amazing AI product. I really encourage you to use it. It's actually completely free to try out. So definitely try it out if you have some time.